Abigail Bonner walked out of her Madison home between 8 and 9 a.m. Saturday morning, then simply vanished. No money, no ID, no cell phone.
We're putting out flyers, several thousand flyers all over Madison and into Jackson now.
Lance and Rachel Bonner say their daughter Abigail showed no signs of depression or disappointment with home life and had no reason to run away.
I mean, she was not depressed. She seemed content. That's a big question. I don't know.
Madison police removed 2 computers from the home and are using digital forensics to retrace Abigail's steps to see if she left any clues on where she's gone and who she could be with.
Well, they are somewhat baffled at this point as well, because there are so few leads.
No boyfriend, certainly none we're aware of, would seem at this point very contrary to her trajectory, so we don't have any reason to think that that's the case.
A $25,000 reward is now being offered for information that helps bring Abigail home. Her face is now being shown on digital billboards across the metro as efforts continue to track down the missing teen.
Either somebody she's with or somebody she comes in contact with will lead her in the right way and eventually have her communicate back with us. We would hope for that.
Roughly a dozen law enforcement vehicles were at the scene where a female body was found Tuesday afternoon. According to Captain Kevin Newman with the Madison Police Department, an investigator discovered a deceased individual around 2:40 p.m. Madison Police, MBI, and the State Crime Lab were at the scene. Skycopter captured video of what appeared to be a black truck near the woods not far from the busy intersection of Madison Avenue and Rice Road. We were not told the condition of the body or if there were any obvious injuries. Officials have not said how long it appeared the deceased individual was in the woods. It is across the street from Madison Avenue Upper Elementary and a heavily traveled intersection. The location is less than a mile from the home of missing Madison teen Abigail Bonner. The 17-year-old was last seen at her Belrose Circle home on August 3rd. Police reported that she left her home between 7 and 8 a.m. that Saturday morning. WLBT contacted Bonner's father by phone after the discovery of the remains. Her father, Lance Bonner, said they were concerned but had not been told anything by police. They are hoping and praying the body is not their daughter. After hearing the news of a body discovered nearby, neighbors declined to comment, but a few asked if the body had been identified and said they hoped it was not Abigail.
Madison police investigators are now awaiting a toxicology report to determine how 17-year-old Abigail Bonner died. Her body found less than a mile from her home in a wooded area.
We can say that there was no appearance or any indication of any traumatic injury to Miss Bonner based on the state medical examiner's review of the matter.
Last week, Abigail's parents said she appeared to be happy with home life, but police classified the case to a runaway investigation shortly after. Coroner Alex Breland says Abigail's body was in an advanced stage of decomposition, meaning she'd been there for a while.
We have no indication from the scene that there was any struggle or placement of her, but that is part of the ongoing investigation. But anything that was apparent that was wrong at the scene, no.
With no real explanation on how Abigail died, police are now asking residents not to panic.
We would like to reassure our community. We have no evidence or information of any other activity going on in this community. It's safe. The kids are safe to walk to school, do what they do, shop, play, ride their bikes.
Since Christmas comes in the winter solstice, evergreens such as holly.
This is video of Abigail Bonner performing with the choir at the Home Place Retirement Home in Madison, a place where she volunteered every Thursday and left a lasting impression on residents and staff.
She sang beautifully, and she just had such a sweet personality, just a sweet good child, she really was. And she just grew up with us, and she just belonged to us, really.
They just knew her and loved her. I mean, she was just fit in perfectly.
The Home Place executive director, Lucille Nichols, says Abigail had been coming to the home for nearly 4 years, and they watched her mature and her musical talents grow.
She would play the piano, or we had choir practice on that afternoon. She was one of our featured soloists. Just a beautiful voice. It was inspiring.
Residents now are trying to come to grips with how the life of such a young girl with such a bright future could end so tragically.
It's just been a hush over this place. We were all so shocked. It's hard to believe. She is, well, it just seems like a bad dream, really.
It was very difficult to accept.
For now, Abigail's legacy cherished through pictures and videos where she spent her free time. Those that grew to love her say they're hoping the toxicology report will answer the long list of questions that they have.
I just miss everything about her because she was very faithful to come and was an inspiration to me.
With song and prayer, the life of 17-year-old Abigail Bonner honored where she volunteered every week for the past 3 years.
I know that she loved you very much, that she had a servant heart, and one of the ways that she was able to serve and give expression to that was by being here with you.
In attendance, Mayor Mary Hawkins Butler, police investigators, and her parents, Lance and Rachel, who say the Home Place allowed Abigail to share her love for music with what had become her extended family.
Many of the residents here didn't have great means. Many of them did not have lots of relatives coming to visit them, and so Abigail was drawn to those who were particularly lonely and sometimes forgotten, and so she enjoyed coming and being with them.
And this is a special place, and Abigail was very, very special to the residents here, and they loved her dearly.
Abigail had joined the choir at the Home Place and traveled performing at area nursing homes. Thursday, choir members paid tribute, singing the hymns she once joined them in.
Mainly, we wanted to be a part of goodbye. And our choir particularly, as well as the other residents, loved her, and she was really a big part of the home.
On Monday, August 5th, Lance and Rachel Bonner told our David Kenney that they awoke on the morning of Saturday, August 3rd, and couldn't find their 17-year-old daughter, Abigail. Lance Bonner said he found the front door unlocked and then searched the neighborhood.
All the adjoining neighborhoods, anywhere within, several blocks, hoping maybe she just went out for a walk and that maybe we would find her that way. Did not locate her, by that means.
We asked her parents what they hoped would happen in the search. Lance said he hoped she would either be found alive or that she would communicate with them.
Thirdly, that either somebody she's with or somebody she comes in contact with will lead her in the right way and eventually have her communicate back with us.
The next day, Madison police reclassified the missing persons case to a runaway case. Some thought she might have gone back to New York after visiting that state with a choir. Then, 11 days after her disappearance, Bonner's body was found not far from her home in the woods off Madison Avenue. Police said there were no obvious signs of foul play.
There was no appearance or any indication of any traumatic injury to Miss Bonner.
A memorial service was held for Bonner on August 23rd. The pastor told those gathered that the teen's parents told him everyone needs to be honest about what happened, the death of their beloved daughter at her own hand. But police never confirmed a suicide. They also never released the toxicology information. Authorities remain mum now as the investigation wraps up and the evidence heads to a grand jury.
3 on Your Side has been trying to get information from the Madison Police Department since back in August when 17-year-old Abigail Bonner's body was found in a wooded area off Madison Avenue. Madison police investigators have continued to be tight-lipped about their investigation. However, the Mississippi Department of Public Safety has spoken out, saying finalized reports regarding the teen's death have been available to police for days.
The reports were finalized. The out-of-state reports were back in Mississippi September the 9th. That was included in the complete crime laboratory report, which was made available on September the 13th.
And most recently, the autopsy results.
The medical examiner finalized the autopsy report on September 30th, and all of it was available to the investigating agency.
The Madison Police Department would not speak to us on camera, but did release a statement. It says the department received the toxicology report from the Madison County coroner on October 7th. As for the autopsy results, the department did not release any information regarding those results. Madison County Coroner Alex Breland did speak out. He says he received the toxicology report as well as the autopsy report several days ago, but he also told me he is waiting for other reports before he releases any information. In the statement from Madison Police, it says the department has yet to receive results or data from subpoenas, search warrants, and other forensic analysis. When all results are received, it will make a statement.
Unanswered questions still linger in the death of 17-year-old Abigail Bonner. We first learned of her disappearance August 3rd when her parents called asking for the public's help to find her. Nearly 2 weeks passed, billboards went up, search and rescue teams were launched, still no sign of the Madison teen. But on August 13th, a grisly discovery by investigators would soon bring the tragic news no parent wants to hear. The body found in a wooded area less than a mile from their home was Abigail's. A week after her funeral, a family member leaked information suggesting the cause of the teen's death. A Facebook page managed by Abigail's uncle posted an audio file from her memorial service, which recorded these words: "The death of their beloved daughter at her own hand, just 17 years old, is the worst example I can think of death's unwelcomed intrusion." Authorities have not confirmed she killed herself. They only say toxicology and autopsy results are still pending. However, in October, the Mississippi Department of Public Safety did confirm those test results were finalized 1 month after the teen's death. As 2013 comes to a close, the cause of Abigail Bonner's death remains under lock and key, and it's a story we'll continue to cover into the new year. Joy Redmond, 3 on Your Side.